Our source, together with two other athletes, take us to a university along the busy Eldoret Kapsabet Highway in Nandi County. The university has a clinic which is open to the local community. But it seems some athletes use the facility to measure their vital statistics before purchasing banned substances elsewhere. My source begins by asking for a full hemogram test to determine the amount of hemoglobin in his blood. Hemoglobin found in the red blood cells of all vertebrates carries oxygen from the lungs to the rest of the body. Normal hemoglobin levels in men range between 13.8 to 18.0 levels, while in women it can vary between 12.1 to 15.1. In layman's language, the higher your hemoglobin count is, the greater the distribution of oxygen in your body, and therefore the better your body will perform, especially when you exert it. The medical team at the clinic asks my source for his name, his age, and his ID number.
Siku unafanya practice kwa study mko Kapsabet?
Nafanyia Nairobi.
Unafanyia Nairobi?
Yeah.
Okay.
He chooses to use the fictional name Timothy Koech. The hemogram takes less than 20 minutes. Our source, now known as Timothy Koech, is issued with such a form and heads to Kapsabet town for part 2 of the process. When we contacted the Baraton University administration for a comment, this is what they had to say.
Our university hospital, named Baraton Jeremy Community Hospital, serves the interests of the population within and outside this institution. That is to say, it is open to everyone. We will not and we do not entertain anything which may go contrary to the law in terms of probably assisting athletes to gain an advantage over their colleagues.
The journey from the university to the chemist in Kapsabet town takes a little under 30 minutes. Now, one of our athletes knew a chemist who could provide us with EPOs and had already made the call in advance. Some details on what to expect were discussed en route. We arrive at the Kapsabet medical chemists. Once 10,000 Kenya shillings had been availed, my source was ushered to a room at the back, which is ideally used for private medical consultation or minor surgery. Our aim was to get the pharmacist to prescribe a drug that we could take away. This proved hard to pull off because the suspicious pharmacist insisted on injecting my source with EPO immediately. However, my source gets afraid when they insist on injecting him and abandons the mission. On a separate occasion, we visited another chemist in Kapsabet, and even though our hidden camera malfunctioned, nevertheless, we called him back and were able to record this negotiation in Kalenjin language between our source and a pharmacist identified as Boaz Kibet, who was offering him EPOs or erythropoietin.
Asom kityo meger koya aibun chepkondo yakwa kityo kainen inege tangamuy ingen akot akine kocham konyoiso ale kamu kurutinji kapakari
Asa igera igera baratanye igera baratanye igera
Most of the banned substances on the World Anti-Doping List are actually prescribed by doctors for specific medical conditions. Unfortunately, if an athlete gets his or her hands on them to boost their performance, then they become illegal. But enforcing this in Kenya is easier said than done. Join us tomorrow for Poisoned Spikes Part 3 as we speak to a formerly banned athlete, Matthew Kisorio, and also get insight regarding the doping menace from Athletics Kenya President Isaiah Kiplagat. Reporting for Citizen Sports, the Poisoned Spikes series, I'm Wahiga Mwawe.